Hi YouTube, I'm Nick, back again with another dungeon run for Season 4. Today we have a plus 17 Gambit 2 chest, so let's have a watch. Doing it at 280 item level. So in this one I chose Haste, which is what I've been going for in a lot of my keys recently. So we've got a Bear Tank, a Resto Druid, an Outlaw Rogue, and a Fire Mage. So we have a lot of AoE in our comp here, which is really nice for Gambit. Especially on Inspiring Week, where everything kind of has to die pretty fast before all the casts go out. We had a Fish Stick go through, but that's okay. Get that. Didn't get the stun on the Scalebinder off the rip. But those puffer fishes that get cast are very dangerous now. I'm pretty sure they didn't used to actually do anything last patch, but now they definitely do. Tab up and kick that one. I like to finish off the little stragglers just to prevent random pulls of extra mobs. Just finishing off all these stragglers. Puffish on the ground, dodging that one, while also dodging Quaking. Got a big Goliath coming in here. This was also a pug run. All of this footage that I have from the first few days was done in pugs. So I'm just going to fight this one guy. We easily could probably pull more mobs onto this guy because he's kind of weak. See the mage back there trying to jump back up to get his buff. But, he does not get it. He's Goliath, big tanky guy. Tank pulls in the pack from over there. This pack over there is a very good value because it's got two of the infiltrators in it, except they don't sometimes pull with the pack if you don't pull them directly, which is a bit annoying at times. Hopefully they make it back through before that Goliath. They do indeed. Just dodging the frontals on those. 2 infiltrators means double sleep puddles as well, so that's also fun. A lot of the ground effects like those sleep puddles and stuff like that are very sketchy underneath these little water rivers and ground foliage and stuff like that in this dungeon, and actually all of the dungeons. Frontals for days. Okay, we're off to the next pack. Getting a charge in. Nice spear. Some nice AoE stuns going up by the group. Getting all my whirlwinds in, throwing out the executes when I can. This is on a very, it's not a new dungeon, so a lot of people probably know what's going on here, but just in case people don't know what's going on here, there's a few priority things you have to kick in these mobs. Dodging that frontal. And the biggest thing that's going to cause you the trouble in these dungeons is these scale binders and those fish sticks, because they cause all the mobs in the pack to get healed up. So we have like 4 stuns going out onto that one scale binder, making sure he's really not going to cast anything on us. Finishing this pull. See the bear is already pulling into the next pack, which is good because all our cooldowns are back up again. Didn't get lucky with the free blade storm, but that's okay. Getting bonked a little bit. It's to be expected when you play a warrior. You just randomly pull aggro and random mobs in the pack. Just pop out in rage regeneration and hope for the best. The mage is wanting to die because he forgot to choose his stat, which remember to choose your stat or else you're stuck with versatility for the whole run. So he runs into the water to get eaten by the shark, but goes back up there and the guy's not there because you can't change your stat once you've killed the first infiltrator. So I'm not waiting for him. It's only a 17, it's not too bad this week. This one's one of the easier dungeons this week. We had a fish stick go through, so I'm holding my cooldowns until the fish stick's dead. Because there's no point blowing my cooldowns into mobs that are just going to heal back up anyways. Can get the Blade Storm, so I'm going to send my Blade Storm there on top. Got my Meat Grinder, Merciless Bone Grinder procs up. So I'm just going to Whirlwind my heart out. Throwing out the Executes in between. Okay, this pack's almost dead. So we decide to invis the next pull here because there's the big mini boss in here. So we don't want to play with that, so I get rid of my Bronze just to make sure he doesn't pull anything. Wait for the Quaking to be done. Wait for the... Get a bit of Shroud. Shroud is a bit scary to do on this pull because these Guardians, they can look at you because they think that you're there. I put my invis there, but we didn't need to because we ended up pulling these two. There's an Infiltrator in this pack, so it's actually not a bad idea just to skip those first two and then come pull this last one here. And we dodge the big guy with the Blood Siphonings, which I recently found out that if you're a warrior, once he's done his purple swirly on the ground, you can press Spell Reflect and you can reflect the siphon so he actually doesn't drain you, which is really good. Dodging frontals, dodging quakes. Dodging the lightning on the ground. Okay. The healer started the RP while we were fighting though, so we didn't have to worry. Refreshed my trinket, because it was on the mage and because he died it dropped off him. We send Lust here, which... Ideally you want to send Lust on the first pull on here. It's better to have Lust on Time Captain Hooktail than this boss. This boss isn't too bad to deal with. Just drawing the lines away from the group. And away from the runes on the floor. I'm going to stun the ads and kick them because they give the boss a damage reduction. Okay, so I'm going to do this because I've got the weak aura, where I just click the little buttons and I send that out so everybody knows where to run their orbs. Puts it in the chat in the correct alignment that they need to go into. Mage to go place his in. Okay. Back to fighting him. And it's just rinse and repeat. That first phase just over and over until the boss dies. Bit of damage going out on the group. We've got more ads coming out. Tank's pointing the frontal right at the front of the room, which is good. Leaves the whole room nice and open for the rest of the group. Purge on me. So I like to try and run it over and then leap across it so it draws back on itself to save as much room as possible. Got more ads coming out. Blade Storm here. We've got another sanitizing cycle coming through. So I'm going to go do that. I'm going to go press the colors again. Send that one out again. Everyone's going to go run the colors to where they need to go. I'm going to save my CDs because I know that we're going to be doing a big pull after this boss. So I want to have those just so that those mobs can die nice and fast. Lion on me. Run just in case it still tries to zap me. Still a little bit of short on percent, but that doesn't matter too much in this dungeon because there's a nice little teleport to get back to the start at the end. So we go through the portal. Quakings. Quakings going through portals are always a fun time. There's actually a couple guys you can get here. So the tank's going to grab all of those guys. You got to kick the brackish bolts, so the big thing to kick here. Big cooldowns. Dodging more frontals, dodging more sleep puddles. Bear tanks do a lot of damage as Venthia, that's for sure. When they've got their Incarn up. It's a bit annoying that the infiltrators, once they're getting captured, keep you in combat, so it stops you from being able to mount up real quick. Going down. Sleep puddle's nowhere near melee, so we're good. Dodging the frontal. I gotta decide to save my cooldowns here, but sometimes when I'm doing this dungeon, I'll send them on this pack, because sometimes they'll be back up again on a bit higher key level. The brackish bolts. It also depends if the tank's going to pull the next pack onto boss. If it's going to pull the next pack onto boss, then I'll use on that last pack before this one, so then I can have my cooldowns again for the pack onto boss. Because it's the pug, I'm not too sure what's going to happen. So I just send my cooldowns as much of cooldown as I can. So we're fighting these just by themselves. If we had Lust on this boss, it's a bit safer to use it with Lust if the tank's got cooldowns. Just pull it all on. Pop big cooldowns, just cleave it all down. Getting the kicks, it's not too bad. Making sure we're trying to kick off cooldown. Could be throwing out more stuns as well. Okay, now we're going to play boss. The tank's going to pull it right up as hard as he sort of can around there, just so that he has as much room as possible to play around. I have aggro on the boss for some reason. Hashtag warrior things. Nice and fun dodging a lot of fire puddles here. Make sure to not stand in those as they come down, because they will hurt a lot. I always forget that I can play on the other side of this boss, like on the shoreline. I just like waited out for so long. That. Come over here because it's nice and clear, which I should have been here from ages ago. Just fighting this guy, everyone's dodging their circles. Rogue's getting pulled, he's just going to move out with that. Moving back over to more safe space. Tank's just trying to like bind the ads in place so he can hit them with the breath. this boss very clean actually. It's not too bad. Sometimes you have tanks just like running all over the place. Just getting nuked everywhere. Trying to dodge his hook tail. Which I was very lucky there and managed to dodge it. And the boss dies. Now going into the last area. Waiting for the portal. The portal's up. So it's a fun time figuring out which pack the tank is going to go for. Tank has his cooldowns, so we're going big. Hopefully we get a range kick on that. Nope, the tank goes in charge, kicks it. Big AoE pulls here, which is nice and fun. Dodging frontals. Gotta make sure you kick the reinvigorates and the portals. Or else a lot of damage and a lot of healing on the mobs just goes out, and that is not what you want. Putting the other pack onto the other side is a lot better as well, because there's no inspired mob on that side, unlike this side. So you kind of want to really prioritize this inspired mob before all the accomplices start doing their casts. So now they're down. We can pull in the other mob, because we can kick these guys if they go to do their casts. That. Dodging the big frontal of Drifting Star. That will hurt you a lot if that hits you. Wandering Pulsars are the priority here, because they will pulse, and they will kill your group if not attended. First one of these is down. Kill this second one. Dodging the frontal again. Pulsar's coming out. Swap off to that instantly. Frontal. Bam. So now we're going to play this boss here. There is a lot better spot to actually play this boss. So over to the right side of the area, next to the crate. It causes these assassins to spawn on top of Solia. So then you can get instant damage out onto them straight away. So just fighting Solia. She phases at 60%. Was it 50? 50%. My bad. The extra set of assassins. Oh, I'm wrong. This is my first timer? It's actually 40%. Making sure those shuriken blitzes don't go off, because they put a nasty dot on your group. Okay, everyone chooses the star. Rogue's trying to get his cooldowns off cooldown faster by using his resources. So I'm gonna line my line through the star. Boom. Now we're moving him over to the side, so it makes dodging the lines that come out of the stars, the energy fragments. We have a lust here. Dodging, dodging. The collapsing star's gonna come out. One of the range are gonna go and pop those. The Retro Druid's on it. Popping out of the Hyperlight Nova. Okay, now we're gonna have to dodge another set of fragments. It's a little sketchy because it's very close to us. So now we're gonna take our own Star Reach. Oh, I jumped to the same one as the rogue. We both keep running. So we can have a charge to get to that one faster. It's just going to pull it back over to where we were. Dodging the Nova. Rogue almost gets clipped there. We should just finish Celia off over here. Troops forward. So the tank calls out, Murloc's after. So we're going to go back through the portal to get our last bit of percent. The guy at the top of the stairs that we skipped gives a decent amount of percent, but it kind of takes a long time. And considering we have a lot of AoE, it's just easier for us to go back. Because we'd still have to go back even if we did kill that guy. It's better just to go kill some squishy Murlocs. Packs over here are nice because they don't have any scale binders in them either, so there's no little fish sticks popping up. There we go. And we timed it. And I get my 1400 IO here, which is my next upgrade. So instead of running all the way down to the bottom of the pathway to go get the portal through, we just jump in the water to to die to the shark, because there's a teleport on top of the respawn ledge. So we're gonna go see what loot we get. Let's just skip forward a little bit to that, so we don't have to look at all this running back. Let's see what everyone gets. It's always the most fun part of the run. Yay, Cosmic Flux. Yeah, that druid got a hat. Let's see what else goes out. And we got some cloth boots. Oh, and that guy gets the Haste Mastery Cloak. Awesome stuff. Well, thanks for watching the Gambit, 17 Gambit plus 2 chess, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.